Think about the sheer magnitude of that shift. Starting the PGA Tour season after the Super Bowl completely rewrites the entire global sports calendar. It redirects attention. It shifts the entire energy of the sporting world. It completely redefines the rhythm of the season. But here is where the reality gets incredibly heavy. Tiger admitted that this executive role has been quite a terrifying challenge. And when a man like Tiger Woods says something is time-consuming, you better believe it. He looked the media in the eye and confessed that the exhausting hours he is spending locked inside corporate boardrooms do not even begin to compare to the hours he used to spend hitting golf balls in his absolute prime. That line hits hard. Because this is not some fake ceremonial title. He is fighting a war on two boards. Endless grueling meetings. Trying to balance the heavy demands of billionaires, players, media empires, title sponsors, local communities, and entire cities. That is a tightrope walk that most fans will never, ever see. And then, he dropped another massive, fascinating nugget about the future. One potential change being heavily explored right now, ripping the historic Genesis Invitational right out of its traditional February slot and moving it deep into the summer, possibly as a crown jewel of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Let that sink in. A historic West Coast event like Genesis, potentially repositioned into the brutal playoff structure. And it may not be alone. Other iconic West Coast tournaments currently played early in the year could also be completely uprooted and moved. If that happens, the entire feeling of the early season changes forever. The West Coast swing as we know it, the legendary vibes of Torrey Pines, Pebble Beach, and Riviera in February, might be erased and rewritten. As a fan who loves that stretch of golf, that is deeply emotional. But at the exact same time, imagine stacking massive markets and blockbuster events in the summer and absolutely dominating that sports window. It is a terrifyingly bold gamble. Now, let us shift to the one thing every single golf fan in the world immediately zeroed in on: Tiger Woods and the Masters. He has not played a major championship since the 2024 Open Championship. He is currently recovering from yet another brutal back surgery from October. The Masters is exactly 51 days away. Did he officially rule it out? No, he did not guarantee anything, but he absolutely did not close the door either. His answer was just two simple, heavy words: I am trying. That is classic measured Tiger, controlled, guarded, but hopeful. He just turned 50 in December, which means he is now officially eligible for the PGA Tour Champions. And he even acknowledged that the heavy reality of entering a new decade is finally starting to sink in. He talked about the opportunity to finally use a card on the Champions Tour, something he fiercely, stubbornly refuses to do on the main PGA Tour because he simply does not believe in it there. That tells you absolutely everything you need to know about how his mind separates the elite competition of the main tour versus the senior circuit. And let us be brutally honest. Just the mere possibility of seeing Tiger walking the pristine fairways of Augusta National again, even if it is uncertain, is enough to keep the entire sporting world on the absolute edge of its seat. Then there is the ultimate patriotic dilemma: the Ryder Cup. The PGA has officially approached him to captain the 2027 United States Ryder Cup team in Ireland. He has not said yes. He has not said no. He stated that he is agonizing over whether he can truly serve Team USA, and everyone involved at the elite level they deserve, given how totally consumed his life is with reshaping the entire PGA Tour. And remember, back in 2024, he turned down the 2025 Ryder Cup captaincy, largely because he was too busy fighting in the trenches, helping the tour negotiate with the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia in the ongoing high-stakes effort to resolve the bitter conflict with LIV Golf. That context matters immensely. Tiger Woods is no longer just a player. He is the ultimate power broker, a ruthless decision-maker, the final bridge between the legendary past and a highly uncertain future. And that is exactly what makes all of this feel profoundly historic. We are watching the PGA Tour actively fight to stabilize, modernize, and completely reposition itself in real time. And one of the greatest athletes to ever walk the earth is spending more hours in dark boardrooms than on sunlit driving ranges to make sure it survives. As fans, this affects absolutely everything. How the season feels, how the major championships build their tension, how the FedEx Cup playoffs are structured, which cities get the blinding spotlight, and potentially whether we ever see Tiger Woods tee it up one last time at Augusta. This is not just about 2027. It is about the soul and the identity of the PGA Tour for the next entire decade. And honestly, I respect that they are not rushing it. If it takes multiple agonizing years to roll out this master plan correctly, maybe that is the genius play. The absolute worst thing the tour could do right now is force a half-baked, desperate overhaul. But it also tells us exactly how complicated and dangerous this moment really is. Between competitive structures, billionaire sponsor obligations, media rights, market strategies, LIV golf tensions, and preserving legacy events, this is a multi-billion-dollar chess match. not a quick fix. And Tiger Woods is standing right in the middle of the board. So what does this mean moving forward? It means 2026 is already going to feel entirely different. It means 2027 will not be a simple flip of the switch. It means summer golf is about to become the undisputed centerpiece of the sport. It means the West Coast swing might evolve into something unrecognizable. And it means Tiger's massive unseen influence off the course may end up being just as important and just as legendary as anything he ever did with a club in his hands. As a fan, I am incredibly excited, but I am also watching like a hawk, because we are witnessing the tour fighting for its life to define its future, and the final outcome is going to dictate how we experience this beautiful sport every single week for the rest of our lives. Now, I want to hear your voice. Do you like the idea of tearing up the calendar and starting the season after the Super Bowl? Would you rip the Genesis out of February and move it into the playoffs? And the ultimate question, do you think Tiger Woods should step up and captain the 2027 Ryder Cup team? If you felt the energy in this breakdown, hit that like button and drop your raw thoughts in the comments right now. The PGA of America has officially formally approached him to captain the 2027 United States Ryder Cup team in the hostile territory of Ireland. He has not said yes. He has not said no. He stated very clearly that he is agonizing in the dark over whether he can truly serve Team USA and the 12 men who will fight for that flag at the elite, obsessive level they deserve, given how totally and completely consumed his life is with reshaping the entire PGA Tour. And remember, back in 2024, he turned down the 2025 Ryder Cup captaincy largely because he was too busy fighting in the corporate trenches, helping the tour negotiate with the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia in the ongoing, incredibly high-stakes effort to resolve the bitter, toxic conflict with LIV Golf. That context matters immensely. Tiger Woods is no longer just a generational golf player. He is the ultimate power broker, a ruthless, brilliant decision-maker, the final sturdy bridge between the legendary past of Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus, and a highly uncertain, fiercely dangerous future. And that is exactly what makes all of this feel profoundly, undeniably historic. We are watching the PGA Tour actively fight for its very survival, fighting to stabilize, modernize, and completely reposition itself in real time. And one of the greatest athletes to ever walk the face of the earth is willingly sacrificing his time, spending more hours in dark, windowless boardrooms than on sunlit driving ranges, to make sure the sport he built actually survives for the next generation. As fans, this affects absolutely everything we care about. How the season feels, how the major championships build their unbearable tension, how the FedEx Cup playoffs are structured, which cities get the blinding global spotlight, and potentially, whether we ever get the privilege to see Tiger Woods tee it up one last time at the Cathedral of Augusta. This is not just about the year 2027. It is about the soul, the heart, and the identity of the PGA Tour for the next entire decade. And honestly, I deeply respect that they are not rushing it. If it takes multiple agonizing years to roll out this master plan correctly, to make sure every single piece of the puzzle fits perfectly, maybe that is the absolute genius play. The absolute worst, most catastrophic thing the tour could do right now is force a half-baked, desperate, panic-driven overhaul just to appease the critics. But it also tells us exactly how complicated, delicate, and dangerous this moment in golf history really is. Between competitive structures, billionaire sponsor obligations, complex media rights, global market strategies, LIV golf tensions, and the desperate need to preserve historic legacy events, this is a multi-billion-dollar four-dimensional chess match. It is not a quick fix, and Tiger Woods is standing right in the dead center of the board, orchestrating the entire thing. So what does this actually mean moving forward? It means the 2026 season is already going to feel entirely fundamentally different. It means 2027 will not be a simple magical flip of the switch. It means summer golf is about to become the undisputed heavyweight centerpiece of the entire sport. It means the iconic West Coast swing might evolve into something we do not even recognize. And it means Tiger's massive, unseen corporate influence off the golf course may end up being just as important and just as legendary as absolutely anything he ever did with a steel club in his hands. As a diehard fan, I am incredibly excited, but I am also watching like a hawk, because we are witnessing the tour fighting for its life to define its future. And the final outcome of these boardroom wars is going to dictate exactly how we experience this beautiful, maddening sport every single week for the rest of our natural lives. Now, I want to hear your voice, and I want to hear it loud. Do you like the radical idea of tearing up the historic calendar and starting the PGA Tour season after the Super Bowl? Would you dare to rip the Genesis Invitational out of February and move it into the intense heat of the playoffs? And the ultimate burning question, do you think Tiger Woods should step up, take the mantle, and captain the 2027 Ryder Cup team on foreign soil? If you felt the undeniable energy and passion in this breakdown, hit that like button right now and drop your raw, unfiltered thoughts in the comments below. I read absolutely every single one of them, And if you are a real PGA Tour fan who demands honest, fearless opinions and deep daily conversations exactly like this, subscribe to PGA Tour today. We are a brand new channel relentlessly chasing that first 1,000 subscribers. And if you are as blindly, insanely passionate about the tour as I am, this is exactly where you belong.